4 is all about grains. You want to start off the workshop making sure everyone's in their usual table groups, have everyone sign in, pass out the student folders. If you have snack, go through the hunger and fullness scale. And then you'll do the first 10 minutes of the pre-workshop connection with the mentors. So again, they're just checking in to see how things are going, see how their goals went, see how their food journals are looking. And then the nutritionist will teach the lesson for the day. So these can be found on pages 9 and 10 of the mentor manual. So the topics for workshop 4 include foods that are found in the grains group, the differences between whole and refined grains, and how to shop for whole grains, and then also about dining out. And there's a section at the bottom about mindful eating, which is really important. Make sure you stress that part as well. So the activities for, and nutritionists, make sure you try to follow the script, and any students who participate, make sure they get some raffle tickets. So then you'll go to the activities. So the first activity is a whole grains worksheet. So the students can find this on page 10 of their student workbook. So you'll start out by asking for volunteers to just read the top part, and then they're going to do the sanding rice activity. So for this one, you're going to hand out a little baggie to each table group. Each bag has a container of rice and little pieces of sandpaper. So what the students will do is each student will take 1 piece of rice and 2 pieces of sandpaper, and they're going to sand that grain of rice so that the outside comes off. It's just to show them what happens, what's the difference between whole grains and refined grains. And then you can have the students share, what happened with the class, and then they can get raffle tickets that way too. For the second, then the bottom part of this worksheet is the whole grains versus refined grains. All they have to do here is there's a list of 12 different grains. They just write the 6 grains that are considered whole grains in the lines below. And then they can share those answers as well. So the next activity is a mindful eating activity. This can be found on page 11 of the student workbook. Again, you can ask for volunteers to read the first 2 sections. This talks about what mindful eating is, what are the steps to mindful eating, and then you're going to guide them through a mindful eating activity. So for this mindful eating activity, you're going to have a box of raisins. Go ahead and pass out 1 raisin to each student, and make sure that they don't eat it before you start the activity. So they'll just hold on to their raisin, and then in your teacher manual, you have the instructions for how to guide them through the mindful eating activity. It's on page 19. So make sure everyone's sitting comfortably. Everyone's going to be quiet throughout this whole activity. We want them to be in a very relaxed state so they can really kind of go inward and really focus on the raisin. And this shouldn't be too off base for them since they're doing the guided imagery. So you have the whole script of how to walk them through the activity. So go ahead and do that. They're going to experience mindfully eating a raisin. And once that activity is done, they're going to write down their experiences at the bottom of the mindful eating worksheet in their workbooks. So this will talk about their hunger and fullness level beforehand, what sights they saw when looking at the raisin, the smells, all that stuff. So they'll answer these, and then if anyone wants to share their questions, they can get extra raffle tickets. So that's it for the activities. Then you're going to do 10 minutes of the post-workshop connection with the mentors. So here, again, they can answer any questions that the students have, and then the mentors can help the students come up with SMART goals again. You're going to then collect, after those 10 minutes, you'll collect the food and activity journals, pass out new ones. And something different about Workshop 4 is that this is where students are going to get the Students Teaching Families homework assignment. So what you'll do is you'll pass out this handout to every student. It's English on one side, Spanish on the other, and then they're each going to get a little booklet to take home to their parents, and they can choose either English or Spanish, so whatever is their parents' preference. So they'll take those home to their families. What they're going to do is give them the handout, the booklet, and then teach them everything that as much as they can, that they've learned throughout the Imagine Health program about nutrition. Then they're going to, with their families, fill out this form. There's just 3 questions on the form, so they'll answer those with the families, then have someone from the family sign and date it, and get the student's signature, and they're going to turn this in at Workshop 5. So after you hand those out and explain how it works to the students, you can do the student raffle, so make sure everyone has a raffle ticket, and then you can pick 3 winners and they can choose a prize. And then you can excuse the students and do the mentor debriefing. Just see how everything went with the mentors and do a raffle for the mentors as well. After the workshop, the intern want to make sure to put in the attendance, and then that's it for Workshop 4. Have a great time.